A foundational debiasing strategy for individuals and organizations is education. We began our exploration of understanding and undoing implicit bias by learning how implicit bias works, the science behind it, and acknowledging that implicit bias is a part of being human. On an individual level, developing awareness about personal biases, including completing assessment tools such as the implicit association test, and participating in trainings focused on implicit bias and its manifestations. Mindfulness provides useful strategies to call upon when encountering outward displays of implicit bias that interfere with relationships and create stressful environments. Mindfulness focuses on staying present with your thoughts and feelings within a current situation. It allows us to remain open to other perspectives and to ask clarifying questions to expand thinking. By staying present, we can also challenge thinking errors that include overgeneralizing. When working in high-pressure or fast-paced environments, the likelihood of cognitive overload is significant. Developing checklists for key decision points can help reduce biased decision. Checklists provide systematic and objective frameworks to guide or assess thinking and subsequent decisions. Checklists also help reduce cognitive load by streamlining processes, freeing up time, and increasing a sense of efficacy. Checklists should be specific toward improving equitable outcomes and include diverse voices in its development. An example would be a checklist to increase diversity in hiring that might outline a process for removing names and demographic data, or a rubric with quantifiers for types of experience and skills. Developing specific checklists can lessen the chance of interference of our implicit biases. Simply, we all know that some names are associated with racial or cultural groups for which we may hold unconscious positive or negative biases, which shade the way we read and interpret a resume. Group identity, particularly racial identity, is influential to how we view ourselves and others. Increasing exposure to the diversity that is humanity can help counteract biased thinking about people who seem dissimilar to your group identity. The more we interact with people across diversity, the more we create expanded unconscious associations that move beyond bias and stereotypes. In the scenario with the 14-year-old African-American boy, Marcus, and the store security officer, the officer could challenge himself to counter stereotypes by envisioning all the times he has seen teen boys of color who are simply being teen boys. The stereotype that Marcus and all boys who are like him are security risks would begin to be replaced by an expanded version of teen boys of color that is more aligned with all teen boys. This strategy could also be used for the Amy and Kayla scenario. Tackling implicit bias is challenging, but strides can be made personally and professionally. This video presented some strategies that you can use as individuals and organizations. Additionally, here are some specific organizational strategies that can help to reduce implicit bias related to workforce recruitment and retention. Please take a moment to think about a strategy that you might suggest. Lastly, communicating effectively with direct reports, supervisors, and colleagues is a critical skill set. Although we may not be aware of our implicit bias until it surfaces in words or behavior, when we are faced with the manifestation, we can challenge ourselves to repair the relationship. Here are some strategies. Accept the challenge to discover. Be flexible, yet set clear boundaries. Use I statements to express thoughts and feelings. Look for opportunities to reframe for understanding. Ask clarifying questions, don't assume. Accept lived realities and look for similarities as a bridge. Use deep listening skills. Respect your own process and give yourself permission to step back. The goal is to understand, not to change someone else.